gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is your boy James, a.k.a. Hollywood J. Black, live in the building once again. Back with another Synful Blaq Reacts. And I got my main mans. Big up effing, citizens in the building. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, doing good, doing good. We are going into a realm we have not ventured for yet, and it's a pop song that's being covered. It's an Ed Sheeran song that we both actually like.
Yes.
But we got the big homie Luke Combs, a very humble, a very generous country musician. I know I read about one of his concerts. His voice wasn't up to par to his standards, and he actually performed the concert still, and also refunded the tickets because they did not pay for this man to be up there with a raspy ass voice.
Yes. Luke Combs is one of those guys that when it comes to, well, not just in country music, but in life, he gets it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know this man from Adam, but you can tell when you look at certain people and you see them perform and you see them react and things like that. You see their true spirit and their true nature. And so one of those things happened around September 6th, maybe September 5th September 5th, around there. So let me see. So these two things actually happened at the same venue, alternating nights, so back to back, because he did a 2-night thing in Maine, okay? So, beginning of September, Luke Combs sees these two young kids, like, in the front row of the concert, like, front couple rows. And, you typically really don't see kids at a front row of a concert. Usually, there's the ballers, there's, you know what I'm saying, the guys that were able to pay $1,000 ticket, whatever the case may be, right? Whatever. So he talks to the kids, and you can find this on TikTok and on YouTube. The story thing that they do, and he asks them. He says, "Hey guys, you guys, they're like, we're huge fans of you, Luke, blah blah, And then he's like, how much you guys pay for the tickets? It was $100 a piece. This man paid them back out of his own pocket. He pulled out $200 out of his own pocket.
That gives me hope for humanity, sir.
Yes. And then later on, I guess not that same night, but the following night, he performed at that same venue again, and his voice went out. Typically, I don't think Luke Combs really does back to backs, but he's doing it because it was I think it was for some reason he was doing it.
Okay, he probably slowed down. He had a show more than likely.
Yeah. And so he did it. His voice was bad, and he says, and he was sad about his voice going out. Like, he was really kind of just like heartbroken.
It's because he wants to give you what you pay for.
Yeah. And he said, you know what? It started to his voice was starting going out. He said, you know what? He stopped it. He said he's gonna refund it. He said he was refunding it. He said when he can't perform like he wants to perform, like they paid for that. You know what I'm saying? They paid to see Luke Combs perform his best, and nobody would have never sweated. I would even go on to say that if he just performed and just kind of did his best, nobody would have questioned it. You know what I'm saying? It's Luke fucking Combs.
Yep. But that drove me back to. We saw Tech Nine on the broken ankle. Yep. When we saw ICP when Shaggy's voice was all fucked up, he still gave his whole heart in the performance.
I told somebody about the broken ankle performance because this is right after he flipped the van, and it is a massive story. Like, he tells the whole story on the Ever Ready album.
Yeah, the intro of Ever Ready.
Yep, he flipped the van, and he crashed, fucked up his shit. He fucked up his leg, fucked up his ankle, and he performed. It was in Colorado. And he performed a few nights later in Vegas at the Huntridge.
Yep.
Historic venue, by the way. And he performed with a broken leg, danced on a broken leg. He came out in a wheelchair.
Man was hopping around on 1 foot for an hour and a half.
listen. When you get and we loved him for it. There is not a. I think he made a lot of fans that night, singularly in that night, more than probably any other time or probably during the rest of the tour. There's nobody that's devoted to his fans in hip hop like Tech Nine is, and I think that's where Luke Combs comes in, and he straight out said, "You guys came to see me. I didn't do what we would like to do." He said, and he came out and he said, "I have to let you know my voice is good. Around 7 p.m. I realized I was not going to be able to sing as good as I normally do, so I have to let you know I refunded all of your tickets."
And it's a big venue that he refunded.
Yep, and he said, "We're still going to play the show.
Yep.
So we're going to put on the best free show we could put on, and I want you guys to know how upset I am to have to tell you that tonight. But all I want you to know is that we're going to do the very damn best. I'm going to give you everything I have, and I'm so sorry." And he wiped away a tear. Oh, my fucking.
So that leads us to what we have here now.
Yes.
Again, this is Luke Combs live at a concert doing a cover of Dive, because Luke Combs got famous doing covers.
Yes.
And he's doing a cover of an Ed Sheeran song, and it just so happened Mr. Sheeran pulled through.
That's beautiful right there. Listen. Ed Sheeran is. I love Ed Sheeran, and
Same.
it's a weird love that I have for this man, because you would think that Ed Sheeran is the Irish equivalent, and I hate to say this person's name, although I actually find this artist very decent and actually a very savvy businesswoman in Taylor Swift. Okay, whenever you hear people talk about pop music, though, literally it's Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran, right?
Well, the funny part about that is Taylor Swift met him performing at a dive bar.
Yes.
So
and it all just comes together. Okay. And so
you can hate. Okay, so you can hate on Taylor Swift all people want to. You cannot deny the impact she has had in the music industry.
Oh yeah, she changed the game. She made it so that she showed artists how to have control over their product. Okay, which is why you didn't find a lot of Taylor Swift stuff on YouTube Music when it was Google Play Music, and even on iTunes, because she had signed a contract with Tidal with Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? And made our Apple and pay her more money, because she has control of all of her music. One of the very few artists that has control of every single shred of music that comes out of their camp. And so, yeah, Ed Sheeran it comes from that same thing. Very wonderful guy. You've seen him in interviews.
He's very humble.
Very humble. He's one of those guys that he's successful, but he's not driven on success, which is, he's just driven on making good music that people love. And maybe that's its success in itself, but music people that like we talked about a few videos, music that people can resonate with is a hard thing to do. So what are we going to get from this collaboration, Sin? What are your thoughts before we jump into it? Excellence. I think we're going to maybe a little bit of emotion, maybe, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of fun, crowd cheering, and overall beautiful music. So with that being said, Big Sin, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Without further ado, this is Luke Combs, Ed Sheeran, Dive, right here on Synful Blaq Reacts. Let's go.
Maybe I came on too strong. Maybe I waited too long. Maybe I played my cards wrong, oh, just a little bit wrong. Baby, I apologize for I could fall or I could fly in your aeroplane. And I could live or I could die hanging on the words you say. And I've been known to give my all and jump in harder than 10,000 rocks on the way. So don't call me baby unless you mean it. And don't tell me you need me if you don't believe it. So let me know the truth before I dive right into you. Your mystery, I've tried the world, there's no other girl like you. No one, what's your mystery? Do you have a tendency to lead some people on? 'Cause I heard you do. I could fall, I could fly, here in your aeroplane. I could live, I could die, hanging on the words you say. And I've been known to give my all, lie awake every day. Don't know how much I can take. So don't call me baby unless you mean it. Don't tell me you need me if you don't believe it. So let me know the truth before I dive right into you. Ed Sheeran, everybody!
Hold on, we're gonna break it down in a second, but listen, listen,
You get that little chill? I did. It's like-
listen. Yo, but dude, when Luke Combs started singing that song, when at the be, oh my god.
with that little country twang that he has.
But I feel, that's the one thing I feel like Ed Sheeran has. I feel that every single piece of music that he writes can be fit into every single genre of music, and that is the true spirit of a really good songwriter, right? And like he can fit square pegs in the round holes all day long if he wanted to.
Remember, we did a video a few months ago where they turned with Sheeran and what's the Kingslayer?
You talking about Bad Habits?
No, not Bad Habits. Yeah, the song, but who was the band?
Bring Me to the Horizon.
Bring Me to the Horizon.
Yeah.
When they did that cover,
Yeah.
that shit was dope.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you. He just has this way of like this music is just wonderful. And so
He's a musical Swiss Army knife.
yes. And this right here, like Luke Combs made this, I felt like he made this song his own. Just amazing cover. And then Ed Sheeran just added it, and you see the band even perk up. Like it turned even a little bit more of an Ed Sheeran style when he came on. That's the true spirit of a band.
Yeah, the instrumental was country when it started.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They really need to make an actual like a single for this. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. If they can do it with Bad Habits, they can do it with this. So, all right, let's keep this thing going. We're about to get into a breakdown. I know we're gonna hopefully get into a duet. Let's see.
Looks all happy and shit. Go ahead.
I could fall, I could fly, here in your aeroplane. I could live, I could die, hanging on the words you say. And I've been known to give my all, and sitting back, looking at every mess that I made. So don't call me baby unless you mean it. Don't tell me you need me if you don't believe it. So let me know
In this case, he knows how to harmonize his own song. Oh my god.
right to you before I dive right into you. Before I dive right into you.
Take a sip of the cup.
Here's some whiskey for you, Ed.
Come on now.
Here's some whiskey for you, Ed. Here's some
Listen.
whiskey.
And I, for those musically inclined, or maybe not, for those that aren't musically inclined, and I do this too from time to time, right? When I start singing stuff that I, on my playlist, and I know I can't hit the really, really high notes, and I just want to sing. So what happens, what you've just kind of also witnessed is he harmonized, both of them kind of harmonized each other's parts. So once Luke Combs started singing, and he started singing the main line, Ed Sheeran came up right under him and sang, the harmony part, which there is no harmony part. That's the beautiful part about the shit. There is no harmony part. Listen to the fucking song. There's no harmony part. And he added a harmony part because they did a duet. That is the true nature of a singer. And then Luke Combs returned the favor as well.
Yep.
So let me tell you, that's when you know that you are a true artist. You can just harmonize. You can find a harmony somewhere inside it when there wasn't one there to begin with. Okay? it's fucking beautiful.
We added it on the fly, bitches.
That's right. Sam, people don't realize how much of a talent that is. And to harmonize it in a way that sounds like an opera's basically singing all the parts. Because, the crowd singing the main line, Luke is singing the main line, and then Ed comes in with the harmony. And then Ed singing the main line, and the crowd singing the main line, and Luke comes in singing the harmony. Man, listen. I'll go on for days talking about harmonization, how difficult that is to be pitch perfect on some of that shit like that, but I ain't got none of that time. So
what's funny, the funniest thing about this is, if you guys are still watching here, this is why I bring songs like this to James' attention, because I know how passionate he is about stuff like this.
It's beautiful, man. Like, you gotta, it's the shit that I live for. When hearing stuff like that, I wish more artists in different genres would collaborate with each other. Like, when I heard Justin Timberlake collaborate with Chris Stapleton, I was absolutely floored, because I was like, this is amazing. And
even a while back with Nelly and Tim McGraw.
Yeah. Although oddly enough, I think they could have did a lot more, and they didn't, which is okay. It's fine.
But he made up for it with what was the other song that they did?
Yeah, didn't they do a song that was
on Florida Georgia Line?
Yes,
with Nelly.
Yes.
That shit.
Yes. That's what some people I think it was almost even like a test of waters to see how it would do it. That song. I think that's still one of Nelly's biggest hits, greatest hits of all time. Yeah. The one he did with Tim McGraw.
And so was the one with Tim McGraw.
No, that's what I'm saying. The one he did with Tim McGraw was huge. I think it's still one of his top selling songs. He even did more than Country Grammar. So
and that's what I was talking about with Ride with Florida Country Line.
Yeah, Ride. Yeah.
Remember that one was big.
Yeah, that was huge.
Years.
That was huge. That was huge. Yeah, but just this is beautiful music being made by two wonderful, humble artists whose hearts that are in the right place. So if you have a chance to check it out, go ahead and check it out. Convince them to do an actual version of the song and sell it on thing. Buy it. Don't stream it. Buy it. Support your local artist. And just overall, just love music. This is just a beautiful thing, man. That's all I can really say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, big sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. What I need you to do right now is go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Diddle that bell.
Diddle it.
No more Synful Blaq Reacts drops. And if you have any suggestions for country songs we should check out, let us know. We'll put together a country week here in the short future.
That's right. So until next time, that's my man Big Sin. I'm your boy Hollywood J. Black. This is Synful Blaq Reacts, and we are out this thing.
Don't call me baby.
Unless you subscribe. Deuces.